Okay, guys, it's Impact on Pop review time, and this episode, through all of the crazy shit that's been going on behind the scenes and everything, it's today everything changed. TNA really basically new owners. I mean, Billy Corgan's supposedly not in the company. We got to talk about that after. Like I said, after the review, we go discuss all this crazy shit that's going on. And I feel like discussing it first, but I want to save it for the. Like I said, you focus on the wrestling. The wrestling is what matters. So we start off the show with Brandy Rhodes. She comes out, talks about how Bobby Lashley destroyed Cody Rhodes last week, and that Cody's not done with TNA, and probably he's going to be a match with Bobby Lashley, and that would be awesome. And here comes Maria. They're going back and forth. Nice exchange between those two. That was pretty good. And then Sienna takes out Brandy, and Maria and Sienna are standing tall after it. And that was the only thing we saw from the women tonight, which was pretty strange. We have not seen Gail Kim since she won the title at Bound for Glory. I don't know what's going on. If you read the spoilers, don't tell me. Let me find out for myself. But you know you always gotta add that in between it because they tape it. But I think that's fine. Our first match of the night was the Impact Grand Championship between Aaron Rex and Jesse Goddard. It was a solid match. Jesse Goddard is awesome. Aaron Rex is great in the ring. But Aaron Rex does get the victory. Like, in the second round ended, Jesse Goddard had won both first and second round. And Aaron Rex had this towel and just keeps rubbing his hands with it the whole time. They're waiting, like the whole time, or whatever. And the third round again, just fucking claws his eyes, scratches his eye, whatever. And then he falls back to the outside again to grab the towel and starts rubbing his hands again. You know, with the two rings on his fingers, keeps it again with the eyes, and then just hits him knockout with those two huge ass rings. And then it's over. Aaron Rex wins again, and I don't want to say, because a lot of people are saying Aaron Rex is a bust in TNA. I don't want to say that. When he first came for the first month, I think what really hurt him was not being able to face Drew Galloway, because the promo battles he had with Drew Galloway before their match at Bound for Glory were awesome. I mean, a lot of people were pumped for that matchup because it was going to be so good. And, you know, not to say anything about Eddie Edwards, because he's on a phenomenal run right now. To me, it really hurt Aaron Rex to not have Drew Galloway there, to not have that match that everybody was looking forward to. So, to me, it kind of derailed him a little bit. The fans were like, ugh, really? The guy got the win over Eddie Edwards. But, you know, it was a good match, but to me, not as good as it would have been with Drew Galloway. And, really, the fans just kind of stopped cheering. Like, you know, some of them still cheer. But, really, it's just a sea of boos when he comes out now. So, they went ahead, they did the smart thing. Instead of pushing him as a face still, they work over a heel type transition, and it's not been the best, but it's not been bad. I understand what they're doing with it. Some people don't understand, like with the taped, like what is that, but everything, it's making sense, and I think they're doing it to where they're not wanting you to see what's going on, but like it's just confusing to me, but I kind of understand what they're doing with it, so it works to me. And Jesse Goddard is over as hell with the crowd. So I think he's got a future title shot, maybe a feast or fire type situation down the line. I could say that, but it was a good Grand Impact Grand Championship match. I guess I got to say the full thing now, but our next match was the Team X Gold. You know what? I don't like this Team X Gold thing. I've been trying to get behind it. The matches are awesome, but just a flag, that's the whole thing behind it. You're just holding a flag. If they would have put championship belts into there, it made more sense, but just carrying around a flag. The match, though, this match was awesome. Probably the best so far from the Team X Gold. And DJZ was some crazy shit. He goes in there, has both, I believe it was Crazy Steve and Trevor Lee comes up, does the spring off the top of this middle rope, then flips like, and then just comes back and then goes over and takes him back with the arms. I was like, what the hell was that? But it was awesome. And then he goes over with the diver of the top rope. And what happened was how they got to the finish of the match. But first, I really liked the exchange between Abyss and Marche Rocket. I like how when they said it, it was like, as the new X Division, no limits, kind of going back to where it was, anybody could join the X Division. And that's what kind of this is with Abyss and Marche Rocket. Both tall guys and both big guys. So I like it, and I liked how when that happened, Josh Matthews like showing the no limits of the X Division, and anybody can, you know, come or whatever. That was great. Good stuff. And I like the stare down, everything. Marche Rocket is awesome. I'm ready to. I'm like, once this Team X Gold thing is over, I really want to see him go on like a singles run, go through all the X Division. You know, it'd be pretty good. But we're still waiting on Caleb Conley if he's still signed with the damn company. So, you know, they said the rules would be strictly enforced, and well, the Decay got themselves disqualified. Left Spud in the ring by himself. And here comes Braxton Sutter and took him out and gets the 1-2-3, and Go for Broke again wins. And at this point, I think this is just a matches just to get those three competitors over. Like, what the hell? Because they have not lost. Well, Mandrews needs to be over, because I think Mandrews versus DJZ would be a dream rivalry. Oh my gosh, the matches between those two would be freaking awesome. But it was a good match. Just don't like the way Team X Gold set up. Like I said, there was championships involved, and we could start over with a tournament to crown one, kind of like ROH is doing. So, yeah, that's just my thing with that. That was my least favorite. Like, this is the only thing I have to gripe about the show, was just the Team X Gold thing, and where we're gonna get back to the actual X Division matches. But I guess it was alright. Then we had the Matt Hardy, the Broken Hardys versus the DCC. And, well, I love Matt Hardy, man. Oh my gosh, like, he's like, come on, masked businessmen. And it just goes completely dark, like completely black. And then it comes back on, it's like this blue light. And Matt Hardy, he's like, what do you say? DCC, I knew you'd come. They just turn out, but they beat the crap out of the Hardy Boys at first. They walk out like it's over. The match didn't even start. Jeff Hardy's like, get your ass back in here. We're not done fighting. And they ring the bell, but it's just pure chaos. Everybody's going everywhere. So they just kind of call off the match, but they keep fighting on in the back. And this was just fucking awesome when they got to the back. They beat the crap out of Jeff Hardy. And Matt Hardy's over there, got some dude in a trash can, just delete. I was like, oh my god, that was fucking awesome. And so Jeff Hardy is taken out. Matt Hardy's standing, and he's like, Jeff, it seems like you need a reincarnation or whatever, and grabs the bucket full of the lake of reincarnation, splashes it on Jeff, and he comes out as the, remember, I think it was 2011, 2012, Jeff Hardy when he was a heel, when he had that awesome ass looking belt, he comes out as that and just totally beats the shit out of that guy. Well, it turns back around, he gets put in a box, right, and dumps over on the other side, and Matt Hardy comes with this guy in a forklift. He's like, I need you to forklift this guy, and he's like, no, I can't do it. Matt Hardy pulls his arm and bites him. I was like, oh my fucking god. So he takes him up. Matt Hardy and like one of these men are standing on the top, like they've raised the forklift all the way up, and oh my gosh, Jeff Hardy jumps out of the box like it's a jack in the box, and they start going everywhere. Jeff Hardy takes him out with a twist of fate. Matt Hardy and the guy are standing on the top of the forklift thing, and Matt Hardy falls off. Like, this thing was awesome. But I forgot what Matt Hardy was saying something during the forklift thing. He was like, I'm still gonna stick a fork in you. That had me laughing as well. Oh my gosh, the Hardys. And after he falls off the freaking forklift, Jeff Hardy goes, Matt, what are you doing? What's going on? Are you alright? He goes, yes, but who are you? I'm like, oh my god, he lost his memories. Holy shit. That's gonna be good. I cannot wait to see what they do with broken Matt Hardy and he lost his. Oh my God, that'd be this. This is gonna be good. But next segment is the EC3 and Eli Drake. Fucking gold between them two. Oh my gosh, EC3 and Eli Drake. This rivalry is going to be. It's like, to me, like, this rivalry, I wish it would just go on forever. Like, it is awesome. EC3 what do you say? Ethan Mid Carter. Like, that was pretty funny. He said if he couldn't beat Eli Drake, he would go back to the mid card, work his way up, and he'd never get a title opportunity again. And the fans were chanting "Dickless bastard" or something like that. I was dying. Holy shit. And they're still just going back and forth, and it's just awesome. EC3, I've been saying he's one of the best talkers in the business. I'm like, all of professional wrestling, he's one of the best. And then Eli Drake comes along, and he might be up there with him because, man, he is awesome. And he says, well, you know what? There's going to be a great match next week. It's going to be Eli Drake, and the crowd says, yeah. And he's like, you shut up, dummies. And he goes back, and I'm going to be cashing in my opportunity on the winner of tonight's main event. Which we go to our main event. Throughout the night, they were doing these video packages talking about the story of how and the road that Eddie Edwards had to the world title, and it was great. Narrated by Josh Matthews, which it was good. That whole stuff was awesome, and the match. This is the fourth time they fought now. I would say that cage match is number one. This match is number two. This match was great, and man, did Eddie Edwards get his ass kicked. The freaking toss in on the ramp or whatever, and then he just picks up Eddie Edwards, slings him over the freaking guardrail, and really, I mean, when he hit that move where Eddie Edwards is just slaying here on the shoulder, it just fucking slings him over. I'm like, there's no way he kicks out. Eddie Edwards kicks out, gets back into the matchup by ducking a punch, sends him to the outside, hits the shot of caffeine, as Pope would call it, suicide dive through the rope. Doesn't go for it twice. That was a good strategy. Bring it back in the ring, keep going. He goes up to the top rope. Bobby Lashley catches him. Well, he's trying to pick him up. He actually does. He gets Bobby Lashley and throws him down. Tries to go for the stomp. He misses, and Eddie Edwards goes down into the corner or whatever. And now this is the corner, right? And here comes the ref. Bobby Lashley throws the ref in his way, and the ref's out. Here comes another ref. While he knocks the ref out, hits Eddie Edwards with a spear. Here comes another ref. Ref's counting. Eddie Edwards kicks out. And he just fucking, Bobby Lashley gets pissed. Just knocks out the other ref. Here comes, I forgot his name. Brian Hebner, whatever. I get him confused. You know, his dad works there too, so I get the names confused. But whatever. This whole match, he was trying to throw off the match because, you know, he strike two refs. And Eddie Edwards caught him with the Boston Knee Party and gets the victory. What a match. Like I said, this show was awesome. Through all the shit that's been going on, today was big for TNA, I have to say, because they announced that Anthem will be, I guess, taking over the day-to-day operations. And I think it was PW Insider had said during the whole court case, once Billy Corgan did not get the injunction or whatever, that it would pretty much come 85% stake in the company, which is basically they own the company. And they announced today that they basically own the company, saying that Billy's out and they have taken over the day-to-day operation. They will be funding the stuff, and the CEO of the company now goes to TNA to be the head guy down there. So I think this is a good move because, of course, Anthem does own the Fight Network, and the Fight Network, they've got their app, and then they've got a channel. They're in a lot of countries, and I think this will be good for TNA, honestly. I know a lot of people were hoping Billy Corgan gets the company, and I was as well. He didn't. He's still trying to go at it. Like, they had a fight on Twitter between Fight Network and Billy Corgan. I read you the tweets in the video earlier where I did the breaking news where Anthem said they own the company or now or whatever, and we're going to lead you up all the Twitter shit that happened, so Billy goes, fact, TNA was supposed to pay me 2 days ago, which they swore to in front of a judge yesterday. They asked for a day to get money together. Then the next week, upon which yesterday or today they'd reached out directly to settle all claims. So they lied and again have used the time as a weapon. Next tweet. Fact, I have still not been paid, and I'm exploring all remedies, including new filings with court and converting to 36% equity. I can't read sometimes, guys. And so Fight Network puts out a tweet. There's a solid financial plan for Impact Wrestling, and Mr. Corgan's loan will be dealt with appropriately. And Billy Corgan fires back at Fight Night. Terrible way to start our future relationship. What with the lying through counsel and I can't read sometimes, guys. This is stupid for me to do, but and the press release claiming victory. And so this was the actual first tweet now that Fight Network said, we reject Mr. Corgan's social media comments today. The matter is before courts. Public discourse is inappropriate. And I agree. I didn't really like how Billy Corgan went on and said all this stuff he could have done in the court and won it fair and square in the court, and not instead of taking this on Twitter. But what can you say? The dude's pissed. So your response again. So when you send out the press release today and one during the lawsuit, which is still pending, FYI, that's not public discourse. Tisk. I mean, like, then again, he says, and the use of reject in your tweet, such a strong language from a network of fights. Like, the shit got real. I was like dying during this whole thing because it was fucking crazy to watch. Like I said what I said in the video before this, actually for this view, that it's sad to see Billy go because he was behind a lot of creative, and it really turned around when he got there. Or when he got put in the position to do creative. It's sad to see him go. Like I said, what I wanted to happen was Dixie out, because basically she caused enough damage. Everybody wants her to go. And then all this shit happens. Billy Corgan wants the company. Billy Corgan doesn't get the company, and for some reason, Anthem keeps Dixie around for some reason. I think it's just to have a face around. I don't. Yeah, there we go. I don't really know why they would keep her around. Maybe they would keep Billy Corgan, but now it seems like Billy Corgan's gonna be there because he's taking 36% equity in the company now. This is insane. So whatever happens next, I'm gonna do another video on it and go over it, like I said in the Anthem video I put out earlier. So there, we got through the review and all the crazy nonsense that happened today behind the scenes. And I just gotta say, just keep focusing on the wrestling. Even though this stuff behind the scenes is really interesting and a lot of drama, like Eric Bischoff said, they could just film a reality show, and at this point, I would watch. So with that being said, this is gonna be it. The end of my review. The show was awesome. It was great. It was great. I'm giving too much credit. It was great. And I enjoyed it. It was enjoyable to watch. The Hardys and then the world title match was all great. And that's going to be it for this video and this review of Impact Up Pop. Like, subscribe, and comment. I am out. Thank you so much for watching.